Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Hi Khaled, كيفك اليوم?
Hello, Ammar. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. I'm really excited to start this session because we are almost getting to the real projects you are going to be doing and hatching the seeds. Thank you, Ammar, and sorry for this long introduction. Go
ولا
ahead.
يهمك. Take all the
Thank you.
time you need. Thank you so much for those who are keeping up with the sessions, like Jamil, Handul, Mariam, Noura. Forgive me if I'm forgetting anyone, Zara. So thank you so much for keeping up with us. Couple of reminders before we start. Please make sure to log into Canvas LMS. Make sure to finish all the lessons and quizzes that you have. Um, and also, we'd appreciate if you can share the invite for this session with your colleagues and friends. Invite them to the session, let them attend. Like this, they can learn something new, implement in their projects. Um, and the last thing I would like to mention is I'll be available in the chat as always to answer any questions you have. And we actually have a question from Zara. She asked, is it compulsory for everyone who registered for the Imagine Cup to register for the Sanduq al-Watan training? What do you mean, Zara, Sanduq al-Watan training? Are you talking about this training or there is another training that is required from you? Just clarify for me like this, I know. If you're talking about this training, okay. For this training, we're not saying compulsory, but part of the requirements for the competition is attending these trainings. So you need to make sure that you attend these trainings because you need to learn how to come up with projects and come up with ideas. And basically, we are teaching you new concepts. We are implementing hands-on and something like that. So of course, we cannot force someone to attend, but we're trying as much as we can to come up with these sessions and plan these sessions like this. Everyone can benefit from them. Oh, not everyone in the university has registered. It doesn't, maybe they are not participating in the competition. However, if you are participating in the competition like yourself and you have a team, we strongly, strongly advise you to attend. And that's why we keep sending reminders because we don't want you to run out of time and you miss one or two sessions and then you don't know how to proceed with the project. So um, if they are, if they are, again, to answer your question briefly, if they are registered in the competition, yes, please ask them to register in the trainings and attend the trainings. If they missed already the trainings before, they can attend the recordings and continue with us from January onwards. Okay. Thank you, Zara, for the question. And if you remember from our last session, we mentioned that in today's session we will give you 5 to 10 minutes to share with us the progress that you have, the progress that we made. We know that you had final exams the last 2 weeks. And now we wish you best of luck. Inshallah, all of you will get A marks. Um, but now you are focused. You started your break, so now you can focus more on implementing the project and probably start the project now. So what we need to do in today's session, we will for sure give you hands-on material. We will share with you a new topic. Khalid will deliver the training, but I want to take the first half of or the first 10 minutes, let's say, in this session to understand where are we? Are we working on our projects? Have we started? Are we able to submit the projects before the deadline? So what I did is to make it easier for you, I prepared a simple form. I'm going to share with you the form in the chat. I want you to fill in this form I want you to be honest. Even if you didn't start working on the project, that's fine. We just want to know how many students actually started like this. We see what can we support them with. Do they need more sessions? Do they need more support in terms of giving them more guidance, giving them ideas, anything that you need. So I'll share with you the link in the chat. There you go. Just confirm to me if you can open the or access the form. And after you all fill in the form, we will will allow some attendees to open their mic and share with us their progress so far. Okay. So are we open? Are we able to access the form, guys, in the chat? Thanks, Jonathan, Adir, Zara. Thank you so much. Okay, that's great. So it's a very simple form. Fill in your full name. Let me, if you allow me, Khalid, just to share my screen for a second before we start. Um,
Sure,
so
Ammar.
this,
The floor is yours.
thank you, Khalid. So this is the form. Again, the purpose of this form is for us to is basically understand the progress and probably identify any challenge that you're facing. So you enter your full name, you select your university, the email address that you registered with in the competition, and you start answering questions. Are you planning to submit a project? Yes or no? If yes, describe the progress that you've made and what is the concept of the project that you're working on. Are you able to submit? Probably you don't know the answer, so you're not sure if you can submit or not. Just choose maybe. If you're sure, if you are at 90% or even less than that, but you still have time until 22nd of January, just mention it here. And if you need any support that you need, anything that you need, tell us in the form. We want to understand how can we support you guys. Okay? So back to you, Khalid. You can share back your screen. So take your time, fill in the form. We'll give you 5 minutes. See, we have 3 responses so far. Thank you, Zayed, Nahum, Abdullah, just me. So I can see that attendees already started filling in the form, which is good. For sure, I can. So for those who joined us now, hi and welcome to the session again for today. And this is the link to the form. So I posted a link in the chat, a link to a form. We want basically to understand the progress, not the attendance. No, it's a check-in. It's a progress check-in. Welcome, Hamda. Omar, it's not the attendance. It's a form that we want you to fill now. I want you to take 2 minutes from your time now and fill in the form with the progress that you've made in the project that you're working on. So the form is very simple. You fill in your full name, university, email, and then you answer if you are planning to submit a project. If yes, describe the progress, and if you are able to submit the project before the deadline, Omar. Okay? And I can see more people are joining in now, so I'll repeat again, no issues. So I can see that we have 5 responses, but we have 42 attendees. So I'm still missing like quite a lot. Please go to the form, fill in the form, very simple form, takes you like a minute and a half. Um, and we want you guys to be honest. If you need support, we want to know if you haven't started yet working on the project. Also, we want to know, like this, we basically know exactly how to support you moving forward, inshallah. And Nahum, do you have a question?
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
So in the form, it asks if you need support. So what kind
Yeah.
of support is it referring to?
What do you need? What kind of support do you need from us? Do you need more sessions? Do you need documents? Do you need more guidance? Do you need step-by-step videos? What do you need in order for you to submit the project before the deadline?
Okay, so any kind of things that we need.
Exactly. Any kind of For example, you're struggling with something in the project and you need our support, mention it. If you need more guidance, if you need more training on some sort. So anything that you need, mention it in that question, please.
Okay,
And
thank you.
very good question. Thank you.
Ammar, allow me to add something for the guys here.
Keith, go ahead, son.
People, go ahead and start thinking about your projects. If you are already thinking about something, share it with us, so we together can work on enhancing. Maybe it will be a good idea. It will be something that needs enhancement. So do not be like shy to say that I didn't start yet. You still have like much time to start any project, since we are using these technologies that are easy to use. So where exactly are you stuck? Just go ahead and say it, and we will do our best to support you and make you and push you to start doing whatever you want. So do not be shy. Share your ideas, share whatever you have, and we are here for you. We want you to do good or great projects. That's our target from the whole idea about that. We want to enhance your knowledge. We want you to come up with great ideas and initiate the productivity inside you. That's all. Thank you, Ammar. Noura, if you have any question, go ahead.
Hi everyone, and thank you for the lectures. Actually, I do have a question. So I filled out the form and I mentioned something on the last question, which is related to Azure digital twins. So I was checking out, the topics that we are covering, and I'm not sure, is Azure digital twins um, embedded in any of the courses, because I can see we are in week 6 and we still have week 7 and 8. I don't know
Azure,
for
Azure
Azure
Digit.
digital twins.
No, it is not embedded in
Ah,
our
okay.
sessions. Okay, so
Yeah, sure.
okay, thank you for asking.
And
But if
another
you
thing.
are, if you need to have any support about it or documents, I can support you with that. Don't worry.
Oh, perfect. So can I talk, like, can I contact you via the email that we have? Or do you
Okay,
have
yeah,
any
yeah,
other email?
yeah, sure. Go ahead. Send us an email and I will
Oh,
be supporting you with everything you need. No
Absolutely,
worries.
perfect.
Nora. Shoot us an email with everything you
Yes.
need. Let me just open the training plan just to confirm. If you
Yeah.
noticed, actually, we were planning to cover three certifications, but because of the time constraint, we are focusing on Power Platform fundamentals and Azure
Yeah.
AI intelligence fundamentals. We removed the last one because of the time constraints before the deadline. So in the upcoming sessions, we will be
Yeah.
covering the natural language processing solution and generative AI solutions with OpenAI service. However, we have three support sessions on 14th of Jan, 16th of Jan, and 21st of Jan. So we can actually train you on any specific topic that you need. If there is any specific question that you need us to answer, we can answer it in these three sessions, in the last three sessions, Noor.
Yeah,
So
sure.
send us an email and keep that
I will.
question in mind if we will answer it briefly in email, and then we will cover it again in the last support sessions, okay?
Yeah.
Before the deadline. How does that sound?
Yeah. Yeah, sure, sure. Thank you. And another thing, by the way, the other day I received an email from Hiba, but
Mhm.
it went straight to the spam. And to be honest, I deleted that one. It was a survey. So I'm not sure if that is very important for you guys. Just if you can share the link again with us, because to be honest, it went to the spam, and then it's
Okay.
like,
Is it
okay,
about the training
yeah,
feedback?
it was, yeah. And to be
No
honest, I'm
problem.
sorry, I just deleted.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. We can share it again with you by email. Don't worry about it.
Perfect,
Okay,
perfect. Thank
no
you so
problem.
much.
You're welcome, Nora. So again, back to the form. I can see we have 15 responses so far. What about others? Shimma, Nahyan, Hamda, thank you. So 15 responses. And we have 51 attendees. We're missing, I'm not good on math, guys, don't judge me, but again, we're missing like around 35, almost 35 students. Believe it or not, Khaled, I used to hate math at school. I don't know why.
No, it's okay. It's okay. This is something we should do in order to know how to tailor the next sessions in
Yeah,
order to get them on the right track. I agree
exactly.
100% with you. So it's okay. We can give
We'll
them
just
some.
allow them 4 more minutes because I don't want to waste time from the session today.
Okay.
4 more minutes, guys, until 7:20 p.m. And then Khaled will take the floor. So please, again, another reminder, if you have any question, the mics are open. Feel free to ask it in the chat or open the mic and ask. And please fill in the form. Pretty please. It's still at 15 responses. And maybe they are filling it now. So 3 more minutes to go. So we have students from HCT, Abu Dhabi University, Al Ain, American University, AUS, British University in Dubai, UAEU, and University of Dubai. Great. So we are at 16 responses. I'll keep the form open during the session. Even when Khalid starts, you can still fill in the form. Of course, Mariam, I'll share it again. It's in the chat. You can find it in the chat, but there you go. Khalid, 2 more minutes and then we can start the session. Okay.
Okay, deal.
Today's session about intelligence document, right, Khalid?
Document intelligence. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, while you are filling the forms, I want to just go and like a review of what we have covered until today. We have covered the Microsoft Power Platforms fundamentals. This is the the first certificate you can acquire, which is an easy certificate where you can create applications from different resources, from different sizes of applications. You can also create web pages from the Power Platform. You can also access the automation. You can access also the AI models. We have covered all of that. Then we started working with Power BI. We have created some dashboards related to that, and we also dig a bit with the DAX formulas, also created chatbots, and we have seen how to add knowledge to these chatbots. Also, we then ran into another certificate, which is the AI 900, and we have spoken about the Microsoft Azure AI fundamentals, also in touching with the AI 102, which is the advanced from the AI, artificial intelligence. But why we don't advise you to go to apply for the AI 102? Because it needs more practice, it needs more working with the technologies. We will be covering most of these technologies, but regarding the preparation for the exam, it would need a bit of time from your side to work on this, like for at least 3 to 6 months, in order to be acquainted with the technologies, because it is an engineer level certificate. But if you just put in mind that you want to take it, you can do that. We also had some trainings regarding a hands-on project. We created a project. We developed a project that included all the previous sections of what we have covered, and until we reached the development of solutions with AI, cognitive services. We have seen that how we use, or we set up a development environment on our computers in order to start working with the solutions that we have. Today's session will be talking about a new technology or something related also to the same line of study we're talking about, which is the document intelligence. So when we talk about document intelligence, we just need to see how we can use the Azure resources in order to start working with Azure document intelligence. So the Azure document intelligence, what is the Azure document intelligence? So what is the Azure document intelligence? Azure document intelligence, in fact, it is like using the resources of Azure, where we can start working with documents and analyzing documents using the Azure environment. So we need to create a resource on Azure that is related to Azure Document Intelligence, and using the Azure Document Intelligence Studio in order to facilitate the reading or extracting of the information within certain documents or certain forms. You might ask yourselves, where am I going to use this? You can use this into like extracting information from documents, from reports, from passports, from whatever type of forms you are thinking about, maybe invoices, maybe receipts. So Azure has just made for us resources related to that, and all these are coming from the artificial intelligence solutions. So whenever we need to start working with an Azure document intelligence solution, we should know that the Azure document intelligence, someone is making noise or talking to me, I don't know. So what is the Azure Document Intelligence? To define the Azure Document Intelligence, it is the way that we can extract information from documents. This is what is behind the document intelligence definition. So if we need to start working with document intelligence, we need to start planning for this technology. How do we start planning for that? The first thing we should do is creating the resources in Azure. So we will need to create Azure AI Document Intelligence resource, and then connect to that resource from the Azure Studio or from the Azure Document Intelligence Studio in order to start processing or working with our projects. And there are some guidelines that we need to understand whenever we need to train a model related or regarding document intelligence. I think we have just mentioned that in previous sessions, but let's now go ahead and talk about this again. So the steps or the procedures that we might need to do are as follows. If you like, just understand what I'm talking about. Now we are trying to create a document intelligence solution. This document intelligence solution, for example, I will give just a random example, will be reading forms that are uh, passports, let's say. I want to use it on the airport in order to analyze the information on a passport, or maybe in the school, because I have different foreigner students or different foreigner teachers or working staff, and we have their passports, and we need to extract information from these documents. So we have here a document that is called the passport. So I would need to read information from this form. This form is called again the passport. Not all the passport worldwide are the same form. Some of them might have bit of differences on these forms. So if I'm talking about a unified form, all I need is to have sample data about this form. So to train a model in order to be able to extract information from a form, I would need to train it on samples. So a minimum number of samples would be like 5 to 15 to whatever number I would need to enhance the ability or the training of the model. So if I have one form or one passport type, let's say Emirates passport, is different from the American or from the Lebanese, from the Indian or whatever passport. From each of these documents, at least I would like to have minimum 5 samples or up to 15 or to 20 in order to train the model. So the first step is preparing the models that I am going to use for training. If I have one sample, I would need 5 minimum of this sample. If I have different samples, I would need like 5 of each of the samples. This is the first step I would need to do in order to prepare the reading of or the preparation or the training for the model in order to
እንትኖቹ
be
ሂንጆቹ መሀል ምናምን መታበደ በእንትኑ በበረኪድ
sorry.
Sorry, Khalid, by mistake. I think
It's
someone
okay.
opened the mic.
So this is what I'm talking about. So I need to start with preparing the document solution or the document intelligence solution by creating an Azure resource. Then I will be connecting this resource to the document intelligence studio. Let me show you the document intelligence studio. Okay, this is the document intelligence studio I'm talking about. Just let me move this here. This is the document intelligence studio. If you can see, we have document intelligence studio that can do a lot of things. Some of the things are the document analysis. As you can see, it can read from different layouts or from general documents like the well-known documents. It also includes pre-built models, the invoices, the receipts, the identity documents, the US health insurance cards, the US bank statements, the US pay stubs, US mortgage, US personal tax. Don't bother because everything is US because they are the inventors. So we can create our own models if it is not going with the models that we have. And as you can see here, this is the playground we're going to start with today, which is the custom models. If all the models here are not the models that we are looking for, then we are going to start with a custom model that allows us to read these different topics I'm talking about. So if we talk more about different things or what steps should I do, then I would, the first thing, as I told you, prepare the document, prepare the resources on Azure, select the document intelligence that I want, and then I would be choosing the model type that I want to start with. So if I want to start with a custom, Ammar, just make sure everyone
Yeah,
is
Khalid,
silent.
don't worry.
Okay. So if I want to start with a custom extraction model, this custom extraction model is the place that I can extract any type of models or documents that I want. So the idea behind document intelligence is the ability to extract information that are written on different types of forms. Whatever the form is, as you can see here, we have a great collection of forms, identity, invoices, receipts, whatever, or we can even create our own custom model. So if I will go now and select this custom extraction model, will this work? Let's see. So here is the model or the page that will ask me to start with my project. Here, I would go and select create a project. It's not our hands-on lab yet, but let me just explain that to you. So here I would select or type the project name I'm working with, and here would be the description. Then I will be selecting with going with different things. So I will just start with a test. And if I need to type any description, of course, you go and select or type description in order that you can see what you have. So the next thing is asking me about the subscription I'm going to use. So after that, I will be selecting a resource group or creating a new resource group. I will be selecting document intelligence resource group. And now I should find a resource that I have already prepared on my Azure environment in order to start with this model. After that, I would go with the definition of the form that I want and the steps that I need in order to start extracting. The first thing I would need to train, then I will be adding or creating the project in order to start testing this model. And after I test it and I receive, let's say, at least 90% accuracy, it is good. But when we're talking about sensitive documents and we get 90%, it means that we need to train more. So training more means that I need to add more samples to train the model in order to reach the 99.9 or 100% accuracy in the what I want or what I expect this model to be extracting from. So what we're going to do today is, let me just get back here. We're going to plan the Azure Document Intelligence solution. We're going to use a pre-built document intelligence model, and we're going to extract from forms with Azure Document Intelligence. And the cherry on the top will be the project that we're going to work with, which is creating a composed document intelligence. We're going to use more than one form and train the model in order to be able to read from different forms. So what are the pre-built models? As I've shown to you, we have the invoice, we have the receipt, ID documents model, blah, 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 a lot of pre-built models. Some are mentioned here, others are not. I've shown that to you on the document studio, the intelligence document studio. What can they do? They can text extract, they can extract the text, they can also do what is called key value pairs, they can extract entities, selection marks, tables, and they also can select the fields that you want. So what we mean by entities is the names of places, the names of the months. So these are the entities. So these are the abilities of the pre-built models. As you can see here, this is what I'm talking about, the composed model. When we start training the model, we would be going through some of the procedures or tasks that we want. The first thing is we are going to deploy a group of documents in order to train the model on. These are the samples. As I told you, would be minimum of 5 for demonstration. But when you're working with your own models, I advise you to start adding more and more training samples in order to get the best accuracy. Then you will be doing something called the data labeling, that is selecting the data that you want to extract from the form. Of course, you can use something called the auto labeling, which will extract mostly everything on the document, but maybe you are not interested on adding all the documents. So when you start feeding these documents, you will going with a step that is called labeling. Like the name or the first name, you would need to create a label and name it first name. Then you would need to train the model on how to extract this first name from the document. What you're going to do is going to tag the place of the first name on that form and associated with that label. And this is something we're going to see in our exercise. Then you will be doing this for all the samples you are going to do or to train the model on. If we have one unified model, as I told you, then this is the model we are going to use. If we need to create more than one model or have more than one form, we have to create a training for each of these forms. This is where we go with what is called the composed models. As you can see here, I have different models. Then we select all the model and compose them into one solution, and we get what we want from this result. So in order to start working with our solution, all I want you is to go ahead and type or press on. I will share the link with you, and Ammar will do the same, of course, but let me raise him to that.
Yes.
So this is the training or this hands-on we're going to start working today. So please let me know when it is open and we are ready to start with our exercise. I will open the exercise to show you the model I'm talking about or the exercise I'm going to start with you today. So this is our exercise as it opens. As you can see, let's see the exercise as an whole. This exercise will create a composed model. In this exercise, you'll create and train two custom models that analyze different tax forms. So you can use
Khalid,
your
بس one
custom.
second, sorry. اللينك اللي انت بعته is not I don't think it's the right one. Just I posted the right one in the chat.
Is not pointing to.
It's not the right one, so probably you pasted the wrong link. Can
It
you
is
check?
opening the same thing here, as you can see. Okay, anyway, we want to
Okay. Just to
meet
make
the
sure it's
grades.
the right one. Okay.
Okay, so
Thank
as you can see, we are going to create a composed model that is built up from two different models. So please, let's start moving on this exercise step by step. And I want you to start working with me and not just wait for me. I want you to show me that you are progressing because I want you to start getting familiar with the environment. So I will start running the first step, which is opening the Azure portal. From my side, I will start running the Azure portal. And here is the Azure portal. Let me make sure that you are all able to log on to the portal. I will send you the link here if you like, and it is on the exercise. As you can see, this is the step number one, which is accessing the Azure portal. And Ammar, you can see how I created and got 200 credits. You can check on my profile. Okay?
Yes, thank you, Khalid. So please everyone make sure you click on the link that I posted in the chat. And if you follow the steps, the first thing we will do is to access the Azure portal. So click on the link that Khalid posted, and you should see the same screen.
Okay. What I want you to verify also is that you have subscription. As you can see here, my subscription is called Azure subscription. Make sure that you have this subscription active, or you can press here on the subscriptions and make sure that you have something here that is ready for you. So this is the first step, is accessing the Azure portal and making sure that you have an active subscription.
Regarding the subscription, I think we went through this before. So I think everyone has subscriptions, right,
Okay.
guys? Just confirm to us in the chat. Write yes if you have a subscription, if you were able to log in now to the portal itself. Thank you,
Okay,
Jamil,
thank you,
for
Jamil.
answering.
Thank you. Now, as
What
you
about?
can see here, sorry, go ahead, Ammar.
No, I just want to make sure, Khalid, before we
Yalla,
continue.
yalla, go
What
ahead, go
about?
ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, Nawal. Anyone else in the chat? Just let us know if you accessed the portal now, and you are with us in the same step.
So now we're going to create resources. We usually go to creating resources, and to create a resource, pressing on the plus, selecting the resource that we want, and just start working with that. But today we have a new approach. If you can see, we are going to create resources using the bash commands or the command interface that is inside that is inside the Azure portal. So beside directly the researches and beside the Copilot, here I have what is called the Cloud Shell. I will press on that Cloud Shell and it should be starting, okay? So if you can see, if it is the first time you start Cloud Shell, okay, then all you need to do is to create a resource group and you can reach the same where I am. If you can see here, I have the bash, or I can switch to Cloud Shell. I don't want to switch to PowerShell. All I need now is the bash command shell, okay, not the PowerShell, the PowerShell of Azure. I want the bash version of the PowerShell because the commands we are going to use are coming from the bash commands or from the language that is used majorly or mainly in Linux or Apple, or this is the users of Apple can know what I'm talking about. The other one has also the same pass and can do that, but we are just making sure that we are introducing different technologies to you. So as you can see here, if you are prompted to create a storage, go ahead, ensure that your subscription is specified and select the create storage. So let me know if you have reach the same place where I am now. Thank you, Ammar, for the question. This is something very important. So that's great. Thank you. So as you can see here, now the steps we have performed until now is here and waiting for the bash to start. The next step we're going to do now is set up Azure resources. I will see this question on the chat. Let me see that.
It's not a question actually. From Nawal, she shared a screenshot, Khaled, if you can check it, please.
No storage account required. It's not so important. You can just select it and or even select the other one. Both will work with you. Don't worry about that. Both will work with you.
Okay,
So
thank you,
Nawal,
Khaled.
you are welcome. Because sometimes this is a new or this is the first time you use Azure, you will be asked to create a default storage. The role of this default storage is to store what you do here on this in this Cloud Shell, sorry. So this is like a temporary storage created in order to store the files, in order to run the commands, or maybe extract information from a website, get information from a website. So Nawal, is everything fine with you now? And can we start or can we continue? Please let me know because you are following us or following with us. Let me know. Okay. Now we have the setup resources. As you can see here, I will bring again the screen. It is asking you to, in the Cloud Shell, clone the repository. So the first thing I'm going to do is getting the clone of the repository. If you remember, how did we do that previously? We went to VS Code, Control-Shift-P, and selected Git, clone, and pasted the URL and clone the repository. Now we are using a new approach, which is using the prompt commands that are here. All you need to do is to copy the commands from here or copy them. Maybe it's not active, the copy. You can select them, right-click, copy, and paste here on the Cloud Shell. So you can see the commands as here, and all you need to do is press on Enter. So as you can see, it is cloning the objects into the storage that we have created. What is it cloning now? It is cloning the files, the sample files we are going to use, because we need to create resources, and it will be creating the resources that we want. And if you can see, we have a file here that is called setup.sh. I will show you again the lab files. Okay, so, oops. Okay, if you can see here, we have a file here that is called bash setup. In this file, if you downloaded this document into your own computer, you can just get it from the VS Code. You will see a file that includes some instructions to create a resource. So this file is like an automated file that will help me create resources. It will create resources for me. So after I have cloned the environment or the files into my own storage that I have created when I created the command shell or the cloud shell environment, now I would go with the second command, which is I will copy these, copy, and I will paste also on the command shell here, right click, paste, and I will press on enter. So as you can see, the steps that are being done, it is now setting up. The first thing it was setting up. Okay, where is that? Setting up document intelligence resource group. It's creating a resource group. Then it is setting up document intelligence storage account. So now it is like an automation of the steps of creating these resources. All I did is I grabbed a file from the documents intelligence repository that contains these files, and it is creating the environment for me. And let me tell you something very interesting, that when you are working with your projects, you can find a lot of ready files that can create different environments for you. All you need to do is just grab these files and run such commands, and they will be preparing the resources that you will be needing. Let me see here what is happening. If everything is going to be done, let's wait and see what will be created in our environment and our resource groups after this step is done. So we'll wait it until it finishes setting up all what we want. Then we will be ready to start working or continue working with our ready environment. As you can see, running, it is showing us everything. It's like a batch file or a batch processor that is creating the resources for us now. If you have any questions, please go ahead while it is working, and let me know that you are on the same step, and when it is ready for you, please let me know. And as a reminder, please do not forget the form that Ammar sent to you. If you didn't finish it yet, please go ahead and do that.
Thank you, Khaled. How did you know that I was going to mention the phone?
I know what's in your mind, Ammar.
Thank you, Khaled. So please, everyone, are we on the same step? I'm sure we are. I just want to confirm. I know that you are all amazing. You're keeping up with us step by step. Thank you, Alia.
So, Alia, thank you. Do you see the document intelligence resources on your environment? This is what the batch file created for me. If you press inside that, you can see that it created a storage account, and it created a resource that is called form recognizer. So thank you, technology. Thank you, Azure, for making our life easier. So all you need to do is also follow on the steps that are within the file that we have. And the step now would be like, I will bring again the file in order to verify. So until now, we have finished. Until here, we have created the resources, and now we will start with create the what is called the 1040 forms custom model. So if you are here on the same step, let me know in order to proceed. So you should see on your Azure portal, you should see the following resources created for you. Are we there? Is everything Okay with you? Is everything created?
Let's give
I
them a
will.
second, Khalid. See.
Okay, take their time. We have the time. I will close this in order to not you say that I'm cheating. Okay.
So are we on the same step, everyone?
Alia is a positive vibes girl, always saying yes. Thank you, Alia. Thank you, everyone. I'm not just a fan of Alia, I'm a fan of every and each one of you. Great, Jamil. Thank you, Jamil. Please, I need more yeses in order to move to the next step. The guys who are following with us, let me know who is following in order to wait for them. Shauk, thank you, Shauk.
Shok, yes, Shok is a new name.
Yes, Rashid, everyone.
مين لك كمان؟
Oh, you see, my
راشد
students are
محمد
great. I am following.
عويز
Always, thank
ما
you,
شاء الله ما
always.
شاء الله. Thank you everyone.
Okay, now Fatima Matar. Thank you, Fatima. Okay, now I will just show you again the exercise. And now we are on this step, create the one or the 1040 forms. What I want to do is to go to the Azure Document Intelligence Studio. I can simply right click here, copy the link, or just press on the link and it will take me to the document studio, to the Azure Intelligence Document Studio. Because I'm using there a different browser, I will press here and I will paste the link that I have copied from there. So you should be on the same page as I am. Now, since I am on this page, I need to go and scroll down to the custom model. As you can see here, we have all these resources now, or these models that I can use because I already have a resource on Azure. So it's not obligatory to do the exercise or follow the steps of the form that I am doing. You can just create any solution that you want. You can start with any of these solutions. And that's why, because you are already using your resources that are ready to help you or support you on this Azure Studio. As you can see here, I need to sign in, or if I create or press, as you can see here in order to see my documents, you can directly sign in from there, or you can simply, when you start creating the model, it will ask you to start logging or to log in. If you are asked to log in, you will be logging in. So now I will select get start with this custom extraction model. I will press on get start. Okay, here you can see that it is showing me my area of the place where I can start creating my projects. Here are some help videos for me. If you like to watch these videos, you can watch these videos and then you can start creating the project. Now I am on my projects. All I need to do is to start a new project or create a new project. Again, guys, let me know if I am walking fast, if I am stepping ahead. Let me know in order to slow things down. If you are fine, let me just continue. All good. Thank you. Thank you, Jamil. Now, in the new browser type, start on Document Intelligence, custom models. If you are asked to sign in, go ahead and sign. If you are asked which document intelligence to use, select the subscription that you want. Now create a new project. What is the project name? The project name is 1040 Forms. I will copy it from, let me show that to you in order to be on the same page again. So in the project name, type, even copy and paste or type, it's up to you, but I am a lazy man. I will be selecting this and Control C, and I will paste it here. Okay, this is the project name. It project will extract data from taxes form. Okay, I also extracts. Okay, then I will press on continue. Okay, now I should select my subscription. Maybe your subscription doesn't have the same name, but it will appear here. What is the resource group am I going to use? I will select the resource group that was created by the file, and document intelligence resource, as you can see, select the document intelligence and select the form recognizer. Deal. Now it's asking me to select 30 of January 2022. Let's see what will happen. I will select it. I will be following the same exact steps. I want to show you something related to that. So I will be following the exact steps on the exercise, and then I will press on continue. Are we good, guys? Remark this note, that is API version can only be changed by upgrading. Okay, mark this note, keep it in your minds. Wow, it's too old, but let me just go with the exercise as it is. Now it is select the subscription that you want. Again, in the configuration, this is the configure service resource. It's asking me to select the subscription again. What is the resource group we are using? And here again, I'm using that. And where is the storage account? This is the storage account. Okay. And the blob container I'm going to use, it would be the blob account, which is called the 1040 examples. Okay, then press on continue. I am now ready to create the project. Before I press on create the project, let me make sure that you are aligned with me and on the same step and everything is going well with you. Please. That's great.
I'm aligned with you, Khalid. So
Okay, that's great. You are learning?
of course I'm learning.
Okay, you'll have to pay for
I'm
that
learning.
later.
Inshallah. I'll invite you,
Okay,
inshallah.
okay. Then we are good to create the project. Let's start creating the project. Okay, I have something here. This model training is not supported because it is old. So you will need to upgrade the project. Just press on the upgrade. Okay, and you would need to see what other projects that we have. We have different APIs. Okay, I will select the one that is 30112024, which is very soonly upgraded. I will select that and I will continue. I will just, if I need to know what is going on here, to upgrade your project, the existing OCR labels result will be overwritten. Select copy to create a project with upgraded version, or you can select skip, then we will upgrade and current project directly. I will press on skip. Please be aware of these steps because maybe you are working today with a model. Then when you start working with your project, it would be outdated and you would need to do the same steps. Understand what I am doing. All I did was skip and I will press on continue. So, and I will press also upgrade the project. It wouldn't take a lot of time. It will upgrade in order to be able for us to be able to use it. You would ask me, why didn't you select the API from the beginning? I didn't select that because I wanted to show you that there might be some issues you might be facing and how you can overcome these issues. As I say always, we are working in development, we are working with technology and with a rapidly developing environment, which is the AI, and we have on hourly basis upgrades and updates. So things might differ with you. That's why I intended to do this in front of you to see how things might be happening with you. Okay, the project has upgraded successfully. I will close this and I will wait for some confirmation from your side before I start working with the next steps. Let me know again if you are here with me on the same steps. I will just maximize things for you in order to explain what we are going to do. Are you aligned with me, guys? Okay, we'll give it some time, no worries. Alia, when you are ready, please let us know. If others are still loading, please let me know, okay? Here are the controls where you can minimize or maximize. Here you can press zoom to fit, and here we have the rotation if you need to rotate some of the documents. These are the documents pages. I will go back again into the first document or to the first page of the document. I don't need to extract the data on this document. I would need to extract some information from there. Okay, then now we will start deciding what fields we want from this document to be extracted. So I would need the fields to be added and to add them or to label them. The first field I want to extract, if you follow here, it is asking you to press on the select, the plus, sorry, and select field. And this field would be called name. Okay, and press enter. What I want to do now is to extract the name from this document. Okay, I will go, sorry, here, and I will press on John. So as you can see, it selected John, and the label that I have is name. Now I'm associating or I am tagging the name with the field. So this is the name I want to extract from here. So this is the first field I want to extract from this document. It is called the first name. I called it name. Okay, you can just rename it and it would be first name. Then it's asking me to also select or create another field also by pressing on the add field and also selecting field, and it is called last name. Press enter. Where is the last name in the document? Here is the last name. I will select it by mouse. Okay, and now I will tag it to the last name. It is also asking me to create another field which is called the city. I will press here and I will select this field and I will call it city. Where is it going to extract this information from? It is here, the Los Angeles. Okay, I press on the shift. If you can see, I press this one. Then I will press on shift and select the other word. So this is the field related to the city. Okay. Or I can, if I want to draw, I can just select the draw and select the words. I can use the draw and I will select both words together and I can tag them to the city. Okay. Now I will go to again and the drawing and will select the word and this is the city. What did I do? What did I do? Let me just delete this one. And I will create it again at field and will select city and I will press enter. And here I will go to Los Angeles. I will select city. Then I will create the latest one, which is the state, add a field, and I will call it state. And here I will go with the state. Where is the state? It is the CA. Where is the CA here? Okay, this is the state. And this is the state. Okay, now this is the first document. Now I would need to do the same on all these documents. I will do that in front of you and you will be doing that by your own selves. And let me know when you are done. From this document, I will select the name. This is the first name. Okay, Sarah, this is the name. Last name is Fox. I will go now to city. I don't have anything on the city field. I will leave it blank. Then this state is also blank. I will leave it. I will go to this page and now I will also go with Mark. This is the name. This is the last name. And we have here the city of Boston. And we have the state is MA. Then I will go to the next page. The same steps. Okay. Here I have the name James. Last name is Kane. Los Angeles, again, city. And we have the CA as the state. We'll go to the next document. Okay, the same steps. So now you can see how it is like a bit taking some times to train models. That's why the guys on the training get a lot of money because they are doing a lot of things. We have different types of preparations. So that's why I might tell you that going with the AI world is good, but it takes a bit of time and efforts from us to create easy stuff for audience or for the public to use. So here I'm training this model. This is Michel Doe. This is the name. Yeah, I will tell you something related to the training. When they trained the first model of ChatGPT, it took around 2 months to train the LLM. But with today's computer power added by Microsoft, that's training the same model. Oh, no, it's not the city here. This is the city. Okay. It takes like 2 hours to train the same model. So this is the difference, or this is the power, thanks to Microsoft, that they have invested a lot of money on that. So repeat the labeling process until you select all the fields from all the documents. And after that, when you are done, we can just press on train. So let me know if you are, when you are done with the steps I have shown to you.
Guys, do you want us to repeat any specific step? Please tell us if you want us to repeat anything.
Yeah, sure. That's something. If you like to repeat anything, please let me know. Okay, I have something here that is not correct. It is the city. It selected Helm, as you can see, while I want the city from here. Okay, this is the city. You can review what you want. You can switch and review all the documents that you have created. Are we ready, guys, to press on the train or to launch the train? Take your time, no hurry. Just do it. And let me know when you are ready. Thank you, Alia. Okay, then I will press on train. Then it's asking me in the train model name, select the train, dialog type the name of the model. I will go again, copy and paste it from there. Paste. And here I would select template. And I will press on train. Okay, your model is now training. We'll leave it to training and then we'll go to models in order to start creating the next model on the same steps. Okay. The training is succeeded because we have so little samples. Now it's asking you to go again to the Document Intelligence Studio. Okay. And starting with a new project. Again, create a new project. If you want me to go slow, please let me know. But if you are okay, please also let me know. If everything is okay with you, type okay on the chat. All is good. I need more. All is good. Thank you, Zara. Thank you, everyone. So now I will start performing the steps to create the other model. So I'm now creating two models in order to create what is called the composed model. So now we are on this step on the exercise. Create the Z1099 forms custom model. The same steps as the previous one. We'll go with create a project. Again, the project name would go with 10099 forms. The lazy man again is here. Control V, and I will press on continue. Here I will select the subscription I have, also the document intelligence resource that I already have, and also I will select the form recognizer, and the same I will select the one that is on the model that I have been asked to create, to repeat the steps, and I will go with continue. So we are doing exactly the same previous steps. Here I am selecting again the subscription in order to select the blob storage I'm going to use, the storage account, the same storage account. Okay. The block container, this time I am going to use the 1099 examples, and I will press on continue and create project. Again, the same message, upgrade the project, and we'll select the same one of 30/11/2024. I will also select skip and continue. Upgrade the project. Again, I will wait for you to be with me on the same step. We'll be also following the same steps. Skip, right, Abdullah. Now, after it is being updated, we have reached the step of labeling. The same steps we need to create first name, last name, city, and state. Okay, the labeling procedure that we have followed on the previous model, but with different forms now. Okay, with another tax form. This is for Ammar. They are asking about the attendance sheet.
If you asked for $1 million dirhams, I just posted the link in the chat.
Everybody is reading your mind, Ammar.
It seems like it.
Okay.
So I posted the
Now,
attendance link, everyone. It will be closed at 8:30.
okay. Now the same steps. Then select, add a field, and field, we'll call it first name. Enter, and again to the document. Where is the first name? It is here. Okay, I didn't select. Is it? What did I do? Let me delete it, and yes, add a field. First name. My screen is flickering. This is the issue I am facing here. And I will select John Doe. Okay, let me select on that one. This is the first name. John. You have to press above it a bit. As you can see, it read it. Then add a field, another field. It is the last name. Okay, enter. Also select Doe, last name. Now add another field that is called city. Enter. Let's search for the city. It's New Haven. Okay, I'm just making things easier for everyone. And I will also add a field and we'll call it state. And here we are going to see the state. I guess it is the CT. Enter, and I will guess it's the CT. Okay, and we'll associate it with this. I will do the same steps for all the forms or for all the PDF files that I have. I will select this one. The GK, the JK, this is the first name. The holding would be the next last name. The city will be Sunnyvale. And the state is CA. This is the same with all the forms that I have. We have Bobby Charlton. This is a football player, as I remember. If I'm not wrong, then it's okay. He is paying taxes. San Francisco. Okay, this is the city. And CA. Maybe I am getting the wrong field for the state. Anyway, let's keep it now. Then go with all the documents. And here we should find the name. Supplier is the first name. Box is the last name. The city is Denver. And CO is the state. And here I go to the last one. And also Darren, the first name. The last name is Mock. The city is, I don't know how to read the city name, or anyway, whatever it is. And the state is NM. And after that, I will press also on the train. So guys, are you with me? And everything is fine? I will enter the model and I will enter the name for this model. I will call it, I'll just copy it from there. And also I will select template. I will show you that here on the exercise. This is the step we are on now. So we are good until now. Please let me know. I will press on train. After that, I will go to the models. Please let me know when you are aligned with me. What we have done until now, we have created two models. We have trained these two models. All we need now is to compose these models. Okay, take your time, Jamil. Give me 1 minute and I will be with you.
All right, just a quick reminder for those who haven't filled the form, the first form that I shared about the progress, please do. I'll paste it again in the chat because I can see only 31 responses and so far. So we're missing around 40 attendees. So please make sure to fill in the form that I posted in the chat now. Probably you joined late. This form is for us just to understand your progress on the projects that you're working on. You can, if you haven't started, you can just mention it in the form. If you need any sort of support, you can also mention it in the form. The whole aim of it is just to support you and see how can we basically help you to achieve best project ever, John.
So guys, whenever you are done, please let me know. Don't worry, take your time. Whenever you are ready, please let me know. Just type done and don't rush with that. It's okay. What about others? Are you all done?
Okay, thank you for the who are okay. I can see 36 responses, 37. Nice. So fill in the form, please. I'm still missing like around 35 students.
Okay. Now is the last step, which is composing the two models together. While in the composing, we just mix these two models together. All we need to do is select both models, and these are successfully created. These are succeeded. Okay, and we should be having the compose running. What is missing? Let me refresh that. Okay. Both are succeeded. I guess it needs a bit of time to refresh. Let me see the models that I have created. Okay. Here it should be. Let's give it some refreshing again. It may be needing some time. Again and again. So the next step is now is to compose both of these models, but it's still not enabled. It may be taking some time. So I guess we can just give it a couple of minutes. If it doesn't work, we can just continue that on the next lab. But if this is the last step, if you are you can just wait for it and then perform the last step, which is just pressing on the compose model, and then we can continue with the last step, which is using the composed model. Okay. Then this, as these models are, everything is ready and tested. We can see that it has succeeded here, but I guess it needs a bit of time in order to be combined together or composed together. Let me try one more time to do that. Okay, it is not yet. If we need to test, let's start. Skip all these. If we have some files we need to test, all we need to do is browse for the files and get these files here, and it will show us the testing of these two models, each and every one of these models. Again, let me check here. It's still not ready to compose these models together. So I guess we'll just skip it and try it on the next session. Is that okay with you guys? Or if you like to just test it again later, let me just do one thing here in the Azure portal and see if we can do things faster from here. Just 1 second. Just make sure that everything is running as it should. Though this is a very important thing I also want to tell you about, that whenever we need to share this solution, we need to use the key and the endpoint in order to deploy it into other solutions as we did on the previous exercises. So this is something we should do. Let's try to access it from here to see if it is ready or not yet. It will log us into our credentials. It will ask for that again. We are sorry about that, but Ammar took our time today. I'm just kidding, Ammar. Don't worry about that.
No, I know
Okay.
I took much time at the beginning.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We can show them on the next session, but let me just try one more time to see if it is ready or not yet. So these are my models that I have created. Again, let me just select this one and select this one. Still not initiated. Anyway, we still have one more step, is that we compose these two models together. After we compose these two models together, they will automatically create a resource here on the Azure portal. When we go to view our resources, we will see a combined or a composed model that we can use to test our composed. Then if we give it this form, the first form or the next form or the other form, everything will be obvious to us. Maybe any of you has the composed ready or not yet, I don't know. If any of you have the compose enabled already, please let me know about that. Okay. Still okay. Then thank you for attending this session today. On the next session, the first thing we do is to see the result of the composed model, and then we'll be moving to our next solution. Thank you for attending. I hope this session was informative for every one of you. And again, I would urge you to start thinking about your projects. Just think about what is missing on your project, what support do you need, decide what you're going to do. I don't know if you are splitting yourselves into groups or you are working individually. In both ways, please let us know what you need, and we'll be more than ready and doing our best to support you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Thank you,
Ammar.
Khalid. Thank you, Khalid, so
I
much. As always, an amazing session.
thank you.
And thank you for everyone who participated with us in the chat, on Mike, last two things I would like to mention. We apologize for the delay. Please share the form link with your colleagues. Let them share their feedback with us. We want to understand how can we support you guys. And thank you again for you're most welcome, Omnia. Uh, thank you so much for participating with us today. And we wish you a good night and see you inshallah in the next session on Thursday. Take care, everyone, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you so much.